Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This has been my 50-second take on this video, hence why I'm lying back in a very casual and content manner right now. But nonetheless, we're going to get this done today, so help me God. And today we'll be talking to you about the history of Tissot. Now, Tissot has been one of my favourite watch houses here at Lumbers, and I'll tell you why it has been. It's a watch house that allows the individual and the consumer to get their first foot on the ladder when it comes to high-end watchmaking. It really does, and that's a beautiful thing. You sort of that entry level and what's an automatic watch, what's a manual wide watch, what does it mean, why are these watches in the £100 or thousands of pounds? And that's what makes it so special, and it's always been a special watch house since its birth in 1886. And it's always had that craftsmanship and precision, and it's always had those fantastic pioneering products such as the T-Touch. And it's created unrivaled timing systems that we've seen in professional sports. We've seen Tissot sponsor the likes of the NBA or the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, La Vuelta, the MotoGP. The list goes on. But like I said, this was all born in 1886 in the Jura Mountains when the company was established. And it had always specialised in repeater watches. And repeater watches was a very high complication at the time, but it still is today. But it was that specialism within 1886 what drew the birth of this watch house. It actually then eventually moved into the creation of chronographs, and it won many, many awards and had a huge success in its first 10 to 20 years. By 1890, however, the first historical event occurred that really pushed Tissot into the echelons of watchmaking at the time, and that was the Boer War. And it was the likes of the British Army asking for certain timing, such as chronographs, such timing instruments to help in the Boer War. And that went on until the likes of 1914 and 1939 within World War I and World War II, where we saw Tissot being used within the engineering corps in the American Army, and we also saw them being used in the infantry within the British Army. But they've won thousands of awards. We can see this in the Kew Observatory competition in 1914, and they've just been a huge success within that history, and several events have obviously caused that to occur. Make that the 53rd time, ladies and gentlemen, because if you haven't noticed, there's been a slight little cut in this video, but we move, and we are going to be looking at some of the fantastic models from Tissot. And we're going to start off with one of their most popular watches currently, and that is the Tissot PRX in this lovely ice blue dial with the lovely integrated bracelet. And like I've always mentioned about this watch, it's that 1970s, 80s sort of look to the watch. That integrated bracelet on that stainless steel is absolutely beautiful, and that dial with that lovely kind of guilloche-esque finish to it is stunning. And it's also got that Powermatic 80 movement in there just to add the cherry to the ice cream, and it is absolutely stunning. And this has been hugely popular. It probably could have been more popular. Sadly, we just don't have the stock, because as soon as it comes in, it goes. So by all means, we have got one in stock currently, so be quick, or it will go very, very quickly. And then we're going to look at something else. We're going to look at one of the Tissot Visidates. I really do like this watch, ladies and gentlemen. It's got that gold-plated finish to it, but it's got that lovely day date, and it's just got that lovely vintage style to it. And you get that leather strap with that folding clasp underneath, and it's just a great-looking watch. It's £550, and what you're getting for that is a lovely classic timepiece. And like I mentioned in the video initially, it gives you that little step up on the ladder, and it gives you that lovely complication. And it's a lovely, lovely watch. Now, moving on to the Sea Star. Now, this is a big piece, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly, I could not wear this. As we all know, my wrists didn't grow since the age of 5 years old. But this is a stunning piece. And like I said, it goes to 2,000 feet in terms of its depth, but I think what really makes this a special watch has to be the dial. You've got that dark colour going into that green in the middle. You've got the waves on the dial. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. And you've also got that sapphire crystal back. It is just a beautiful, beautiful diver's watch from Tissot for just over £1,000. It's incredibly good value. You've also got the date at 6. I mean, come on. It's absolutely beautiful. And like I said, the dial really, really makes that watch. And then we go on to possibly one of my favourite watches actually in Lumbers, and it goes very much under the radar. And this is one of Tissot's classic original watches in a 9-carat solid case, and it's lovely. You've got that lovely Hesalite dial, so it's that original look. It's what Tissot was. It's their bread and butter. It really is what the Tissot should be, and it's stunning. It's absolutely incredible. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely dress watch. It really is what a dress watch should be. And then we move on to a watch which we all know Tony. We all know Tony from the video. So Tony bought one of these for his partner. And so really we should be asking Tony to come and join me on here. But sadly he's in Scotland. If you didn't know, he's Scottish, but he's in Scotland at the moment on holiday. But he should be joining me because he knows a lot about this watch. Sadly, I do not, but I will be learning. But this is the Tissot T-Touch. It's solar charge. It's got all those. Complications. So you've got the GMT. You've got the chronograph. You've got all those function on there. You've got that multi complications in terms of what it can do. And it's just a great, great watch. I know Tony says about all the different complications it allows for. It's just a beautiful piece, and also it's solar charged, so it's ideal. No terms of charging. It's fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And then we can also look at the Laloc collection for the ladies. The Laloc collection is beautiful, and quite frankly, the Laloc for ladies at 28mm, that automatic movement, that lovely dial, a stainless steel bracelet on the butterfly clasp. It's just a really delicate, elegant, that rhymes, piece. And quite frankly, they're all stunning, ladies and gentlemen, for fantastic prices. This video has really, really got to me today. So hopefully it doesn't turn out too badly, and I'll catch you next month.